Out of all the things that I needed to share, this is one of them. Winter calm the process. Even though I know my phone camera would be complaining because of the multiple videos I've been taking, we are starting this big project. Never done this kind of big project before, and that is 48 by 24 inches. I have a lot to still do here, just about to start, and I've not really drawn out my concepts in my art plan. This is my concept plan. I have not done anything yet, but we're going to start a base something. So just for the records, I'm just going to show my face first. So yes. So yes, I hope I showed myself well. So yes, we're going to start this concept, and this is going to be a very big, this is the biggest project I've made. And actually, even if this is very big, even if I've been painting before, this is actually a very big painting. I don't know, just look at the size. It's very big, bigger than a TV, than a plasma TV, except a very big one that is very, very big. This is actually very large painting. So let's start. When I got the request to make this artwork, I didn't know how to go about it because it's my first time having such a request, and also because I had other bigger things to face, that is location, getting my materials. But I was very passionate about doing this because I was in the phase of my life where I really felt like I wasn't making a lot of progress. Not that I was stagnant, but I just wanted something to work for me. I don't know how many of us have ever been in that place where we just want something to work for us. And when I got the request to make this artwork, it felt like, wow, finally something in my life, something to feel important or busy about. Now mind you, I'm somebody that always likes to be doing something, and it's not as if I wasn't doing it at that point, but I was looking at something personal. And so this artwork, like I always take all my artworks or whatever I'm into very personal, it was quite personal to me. And getting my materials based on my location at that time was really a task. I had to go online, get an online vendor who did not disappoint me. However, I had challenges even getting the materials to my place. At this point, I had at least covered up a large space, and I had found another way to see how I could cover up most of the board because I wanted to have the background as black. These were the color. I had colors that the person who had requested for this artwork had given, and I wanted to go with that. So I had to find an alternative on how to cover up. And by this, after like an hour of going, like after an hour, I had actually covered more space, so I had to find more ways to cover up this large canvas. Like I said, this has been the largest painting I have made, and this was my first experience. So it was a process that I was new to, and I had to just give myself the opportunity to delve into it. But this whole process was very therapeutic. You could hear the birds chirping at the background, and just relaxing at the same time. So in the course of painting, I had to change brushes at different points. And one of the things I'll pick from doing that, or as a perspective to life, is there is always the opportunity to change your perspective. Like, in order for you to grow, you can't just insist that you hold the belief that you've held for as long as. You need to have a flexible mind in order to make progress. So if one is not working, probably try another option. Probably the other option would give you the result that you need and you're looking out for. So in course of painting, like I said, because I didn't really have large brushes, I just had to switch in between the brushes that I had. This wooden set is one I really, really loved, and one that I enjoyed. I looked forward to buying it, and when I bought it, I was happy I did. And I just wanted to find how to cover up this large space. So I was switching into between brushes in order to get the outcome I was looking for. Squeezing just a little from the acrylic that I had. Like I said, I had to mix this with other medium in order to get something worthwhile. So in order to change your life, you need to be open to different perspective. Not that you just take in any concept that comes into your mind or that you come across, but you need to change your perspective because some of the perspective you've held may just be because that's what you've always known. And that's why I always encourage that people get to interact outside the world that they have built. Even as an introvert, I've realized that going to different places, meeting different people, has made me to have a broader perspective than I would have had. Now, the thing with not having enough is that you would have to just maximize whatever you have, but it also gives you opportunity to be very creative because you know you don't have enough, so you'll be very judicious with whatever you had at hand. So I remember having to buy charcoal and grounding them in order to help me give more darkness and make do with what I had. But by mind you, this painting, this acrylic I bought wasn't actually acrylic. I think I'll call it a gouache in the long run. But as of when I bought it, and when I started using it, I realized that this was not acrylic, but I couldn't know what to call it. Well, at the end of the day, that was like a unique experience for me. Taking the time to do this was something I found quite therapeutic, even though it appeared quite laborious, and of course, it took me a lot of time to do it. But going through each of the process was something I found quite deep and gave me enough time to really think about where I was at that phase of my life and just how I was choosing to process my experience, even though it appeared quite difficult. And I can say that if we do that for ourselves when we find things quite hard, I think probably we'll be able to mentally prepare ourselves for what we are hoping for, even if it may look like we aren't prepared for it at that moment.